I'll change how I look one more time. There we go. Now I can start. Hello and welcome back to Splatoon 3 single player. I'm MrViperfang, and last time we beat the story. All of the story is done, but there's more to be had. So let's head back into Alterna and see what's there. Agent 3! Agent 3! I'm so glad you're okay. I mean, I knew you would be. Nicely done. We saw it all. The daring, the bravery, the incredible skills. Who knew Small Fry could do all that? And you were there too. Yeah, Agent 3 has basically saved the planet. Does anyone other than us realize that?
Being a hero, well, it's a real trip. A voyage, if you will. Some kind of tour where you go places.
And the captain just booyahs. Oh, well said, Gramps. Oh, the captain was full of praise for you too. There was a heartfelt nod of approval. Hear, hear. Well, until next time. Stay fresh. So, some changes have happened over here. This was always here. You could always relive your memories and go back to the crater location, but this has also showed up. This is the original radio for Salmon Run. After you beat the story, the radio was replaced with one where the salmon is devouring the bear. And you can also relive your memories of the final area and do the final climb again if you want. But yeah, let me go on ahead and show you what the bad ending looks like if you fail to stop the rocket during the countdown. Everything turned fuzzy. Alright. And now, one last thing. This is gonna be a bitch to do. One last kettle has showed up, and if you notice, it's a gold-colored one, which means we can only use our hero gear. After Alterna. Look at that egg cost. Reach the goal to gain access to the redacted log. There is one more log to get. So, how about we go on ahead and see how long it takes me. Oh boy. So, after Alterna is 4 different sections, and each of them are super hard. The entry fee is 333 eggs, the reward is 3,333, and you get 3 lives. Notice the pattern here? Welcome to Splatoon 3. And as an extra bonus thing, I figured I'd have webcam on to record my reactions and descent into insanity as I try to do this. I've done this on my personal file, but let's see if I can do it again. It should be a little bit easier. It shouldn't take me as many tries. Oddly enough, the final section didn't really frustrate me. It was all this first section that was super frustrating. Alright. So you're also going to have to take advantage of advanced movement techniques like squid surges, and then basically just doing a surge jump off of a wall at a couple points. Okay. You'll also want to be inking a lot of your surfaces before you jump onto them. Okay, good. Take out any enemies that you come across. I'd rather get up to these guys rather quickly. There we go. Wow. Okay. I did not expect to survive that. There we go. I can move faster now. That could have gone a lot smoother, but it also could have been a lot worse than it was. And take advantage of your small fry. He is going to be very invaluable for distracting enemies. You can also take him out instantly. So yeah, this is basically the section where the squid surge is basically required. Also, don't panic. Or else you are not going to like having to go through here multiple times. There we are. Squid surges are done, for the most part. There's a couple more that we have to do. Oh, went a little too high. There we are. Oh, I missed the jump. That also happened a few times on my personal file. And there are no checkpoints in each section. Well, in this first section at least. So if you fall off into the water at the very end of the section, you have to start all the way from the beginning. And that was the super frustrating part. There we go, I actually jumped. Alright. Sniper taken out, and now we can advance. Yeah, fun fact, you can do a quick jump off of a wall onto another wall. It's not just for inking across the floor. Because technically, it's a different direction. Would help if I got that first. There we are. Alright, made it. That pack of eggs is optional, so don't feel like you actually have to do that. Well. So for this next section, you have to hang onto a column as it moves. You can slow your descent by just holding the jump button to get ready for a squid surge. And then when you're right here, fail your jump. It's easy, guys. Alright. I was supposed to slam down and take out both of those enemies so I wouldn't have to worry. Oh god, that was close. And land safely. You have no idea how many times I fell into the water at that point. I forgot those guys showed up. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, I would actually recommend holding the camera this way so it's easier to see where you're landing on those ink lines. Because that messed me up as well. Time your jumps in between the Octo Sniper's shots. And you should be able to make it safely. And now, the final crawl of the first section. There we are. Now, do not start jumping at this point. I would recommend staying here for a couple minutes and inking all of the surfaces that pop up because the water does not clear up your ink. It will stay there the entire time. I would also recommend using burst bombs to get the walls as well. So do this for a few minutes, and when you feel like you've got enough stuff to climb on, just go. And if you feel like this section's gonna mess with your vision a little bit, like you feel like you're moving without actually moving, oh, don't worry, I feel that too. Just make sure you're not holding on to the left stick if you feel like you can't help but move. Alright, I think I've got a good enough surface, so... And if you have to, you can do just a few touch-ups. Oh my god, I actually made it on the first try. Ooh. And for me, that is the hardest part done. Ready for the rail grinding? Because this one's also a bitch. Alright. Have burst bombs ready just to help you out a little bit. You have to get every single one of these balloons, and the rails at times are super short. The balloons will also show up pretty much at the last second. So you have to be ready to react. Trying to be fancy and using bombs. How cute. Alright, so far so good. Also, make sure you're submerging in ink as much as possible to recharge your supplies. Because you do not want to be caught without ink. And if you feel you need to, try to fall off and get down to a lower level. Alright, made it through that section. Wow, okay, that actually worked. Okay, what's next? Am I at the end? Yeah! Whew! I was actually close to the end on that one. Woo! Alright, the next section you can actually take it easy a little bit. You have soaker blocks to deal with. Throw you over there. Make sure you're using Small Fry during this one. He can be a big lifesaver. Oh, I nearly fell off. Nope. I was supposed to do a squid surge. Oh well. There we are. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. You'll also need to use Small Fry to do that. And he'll hold your place while you do that. All right. Just to make sure everything is fine. All right. Yeah, this is also a bit of a puzzle section, because you have to figure out where to hold the soaker blocks and where to just let them go. Oh, can't do that. Just put you right there. Oh god, he sees me. He sees me. That was a bad throw. Oh, don't you dare shoot at my buddy. And we make it up safely. I don't know if there are any checkpoints in this section. I would not put it past them to not include them. All right. And we're up. All right, so where am I supposed to hit? Right there. First bomb will work. There we are. Just wait for the results. Nice. And you just have to make sure you stay ahead of the soaker blocks or die. That is the first time I've had to repay. Definitely not the case on my personal file. Alright. Alright, let's try this one again. I'm also gonna have Splashdown ready. Oh, turns out I didn't need it. Get the hell away from me. I was supposed to squid jump. Oh, we're gonna have a fun time trying to get through this. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can not screw this up. Up we go. Oh, good, there are checkpoints. And I died before I got to one. Oh, cruel irony. So, fun little challenge if you want to really pull all your hair out. You can actually level down your gear after you're done with the story. Yep, you can level down your gear and take it back to level 1. So why not try that before you go in here and see if you can do it with just your base gear. And then talk to me in about 5 days when you've actually done it. Alright, let's keep this held. Actually, I'll do that. Much easier. And fall down. We are now over here. Alright, you'll also come across blocks where you don't want to have them held, because you want these things to actually go through. There we are. However, if you do want to just pause and recollect yourself, you can have those extended and just stand on them for a little while. There we are. That's close. I gotta pay a little more attention. Alright, should be okay now. Yeah, I'll take out that one. It doesn't deserve to live. There we are. All the way to the end. And now we are done with the third section. Alright, I think this is the last section. Yep. Alright, final push. Giant octoling fight. And it's in 3 waves. First wave, it's aight. Nothing too difficult. And you do have a checkpoint, so you'll start back here if you fail. You'll want to use your small fry to distract enemies. And I'm already done with my armor. There we are. 3 enemies more. You also have your splashdown, so don't be afraid to use that. Okay, first wave done. Now we're on the second wave. This is coming down. And you have access to specials. Or a special. I'm gonna ambush them as they come down. Oh, armor's gone. Alright, let's get another special ready. Alright, I think that'll reappear. I am not too sure. Also, there is someone else here. You rolled right into me, you dumbass. Alright, wave 2 done. And now wave 3, where they're gonna start using specials of their own. Yeah. Oh, no! Well, at least I get my armor back. Oh, you were ready for me. And don't forget, your splashdown can erase any bombs that are around you. Alright, we got one over there. Alright, that was phase 2. Now we're in phase 3. And they are indeed going to start using specials. Oh, you had a shockwave going. You almost had one going. Go and hide, go and hide, go and hide. Okay, good. Oh, no. Yeah, phase 3 is actually super tough. Because you also have to worry about the specials that they leave. They use wave breakers, they use those bubble shields, they use tenna missiles. And I think that's it. Nice. If you can get a direct hit with your small fry, that's even better. You know, like that. And your small fry will come back after a little bit. With him maxed out, it's honestly not much of a deterrent if you lose him. Oh, you tried to use 10 missiles on me. Alright, let's keep that thing away. They're gonna go ink turf. You failed to launch. I think, yeah, I see 2 more. There's 1 more. Oh, good. Oh, got the inkjet. Dang it. Oh my! Nope, didn't work. There we go. I think this is working. Nice. Until it didn't. Oh, there goes my buddy. Nope, and it didn't work. But at this point, you've got more than enough eggs. You can keep doing this as many times as necessary. Oh boy. Oh, there was only 1 more. Okay. Well, I'm in the final phase again, and I still have my armor, so that's good. All right, three left. 2 left. All right. So which ones have the tentamissiles? I think I saw 1 inkjet over there. I think their specials might be tied to the weapons that they have, just like an actual turf war battle. So if they both have Brollas, they probably have inkjets then. There we are. 1 left. And done. Oh boy. Alright, Small Fry, take us out. Woo! That took me significantly fewer tries than my first go-round. Oh boy. And that is after Alterna. You get new titles, Alternan World Champ, you get a new piece of gear, and more importantly, you get that log. Log.exe. I'll be reading that at the end. I'm gonna go on ahead and turn my camera off and go back into the darkness of the void. Okay. So, yeah. That is the hardest level in the game. It's basically the Inner Agent 3.5 from Octo Expansion, except just in the form of a 4-section level. And it's really, really difficult. It definitely took me a while on my first go-around, and yeah, it's quite a doozy. The last thing I wanted to talk about before I go over to the log is how you get all this gear and stuff after you've beaten the single player. If you do not have Switch Online, you do not have access to this stuff. You have to do at least one Turf War match in order to be able to access the kiosk to be able to claim all of the rewards. Otherwise, you are stuck with the gear you get at the beginning of the game and your Splattershot Jr. So, because this account does not have Switch Online, I unfortunately will not be getting this gear on my character, which is fine because this file is not meant for multiplayer whatsoever. The Hero Shot replica you get is basically just a reskinned Splattershot, and all the gear that you get for all the equipment you get is basically just a nice little boost in multiplayer if you decide to do single player first. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been one hell of a ride, and I can't wait to see what I decide to play next. But let's end things off with log.exe. Return of the Mammalians. Recall for a moment the first apocalypse that devastated the human race. Those who escaped into the caverns of Alterna were not the sole survivors. There were others who escaped via a giant rocket ship, the Ark Polaris. Launched in the nick of time, this ship was laden with many of Earth's species that had been placed in a cold sleep. The mission was simple: find another planet to replace the Earth. Considering the circumstances of its launch, the Polaris had a smooth voyage. Whoops. Until it reached the edge of the solar system. It was at that point that debris struck the vessel, damaging its navigation system. The crew was able to turn the ship around and head back toward Earth, but the effort was in vain. There was not enough fuel to attempt a landing. The Ark Polaris drifted aimlessly for 10,000 years. Eons passed. The once stable orbit of the Polaris decayed over time until the ship found itself in the inescapable pull of the Earth's gravity. Re-entry was not kind to its inhabitants. All perished, save one. Bear number 3, an experimental subject who had retained consciousness within its cold hibernation, survived. For 12,000 years he had dreamed and plotted. Fully awakened, Bear number 3 came to a terrible realization. He had not landed on a new planet at all. He was back on Earth. And yet it was not an Earth he knew. This Earth, it seemed, was dominated by the sea creatures. Not a single mammal to be found. In the course of his search for even a single fellow mammal, Bear number 3 used navigational equipment from the wreckage of the Ark Polaris to discover Alterna. It was a wasteland, of course, but a few of the liquid crystals that had once covered the walls and ceiling remained. With knowledge built during his thousands of years of dreaming, he repaired some of Alterna's facilities and began researching the crystals. This research bore fruit when Bear number 3 compounded some of the liquid crystals with his own fur. The experiment created an entirely new substance with one terrifying property. It could transform any living creature into a mammal. Bear number 3 realized the implications immediately. He could restore the planet to a mammalian paradise. He began stockpiling fuzzy ooze, as he called it, within Alterna's still intact rocket. For such a venture, he would require the acquisition of thousands of golden eggs. These were used in the creation of the fuzzy ooze. although the exact details have never been recorded in my memory banks. But Bear number 3 had a plan. He founded a corporation that would go on to employ locals to collect his golden eggs under the name Grizz Co. Industries. Mr. Grizz, as he was now known, would pay handsomely for them. With Fuzzy Ooze production peaking thanks to the assistance of unsuspecting Inklings and Octolings, Mr. Grizz took the final steps to set his plan in motion. The rocket was loaded. It wouldn't be long now. So this is the origin of Salmon Run and the mysterious Grizz Co. Industries. It was all to prepare a rocket to crash into the Earth and turn all creatures into mammals. Because this was not the Earth that Mr. Grizz knew. And he failed in that venture, and it remains under the domination of sea creatures. The time of mammals had passed, and now it's just a bunch of Inklings and Octolings beefing over turf. Take it easy. I'll see you guys next time for whatever I decide to play next.